Hi, I'm back with my pocket constitution. It's day 12, so let's go over Amendment 12. Buckle in, this is a long one.
Amendment 12. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for president and vice president, one of whom, at least, shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves. They shall name in their ballots the person voted for as president, and in distinct ballots the person voted for as vice president. And they shall make distinct lists of all persons voted for as president and of all persons voted for as vice president, and of the number of votes for each, which lists they shall sign and certify and transmit sealed to the seat of the government of the United States, directed to the president of the Senate. The president of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and House of Representatives, open all the certificates, and the votes shall then be counted. The person having the greatest number of votes for president shall be president, if such number be a majority of the whole number of electors appointed. And if no person have such a majority, then from the persons having the highest numbers not exceeding 3 on the list of those voted for as president, the House of Representatives shall choose immediately by ballot the president. But in choosing the president, the votes shall be taken by states, the representation for each state having one vote. A quorum for this purpose shall consist of a member or members from 2/3 of the states, and a majority of all the states shall be necessary to a choice. And if the House of Representatives shall not choose a president, whenever the right of choice shall devolve upon them before the 4th day of March next following, then the vice president shall act as president in the case of death or other constitutional disability of the president.
Pausing for a moment. There's a note here that this section is superseded by Section 3 of the 20th Amendment, which we will get to in a number of days. Back to the amendment.
The person having the greatest number of votes as vice president shall be the vice president, if such a number be a majority of the whole number of electors appointed. And if no person have a majority, then from the 2 highest numbers on the list, the Senate shall choose the vice president. A quorum for the purpose shall consist of 2/3 of the whole number of senators, and a majority of the whole number shall be necessary to a choice. But no person constitutionally ineligible to the office of president shall be eligible to that of the vice president of the United States.
Note that this was passed by Congress in December of 1803 and ratified June of 1804. So just 6 months later, it was ratified. This amendment revised the U.S. Constitution's presidential election process. So electors will cast a ballot separately for president and vice president. It was to prevent ties, which happened in 1800, and it made president and vice president run as a ticket. This also means that if you have been president for 2 terms already, which is outlined in the Constitution, you cannot be vice president. So just remember that. This one's a long one, and there is more to it, but that's the basics, and I have been speaking for long enough. It took me forever to get through that amendment. So that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow with the 13th Amendment.